another thing, stop having willy-nilly sex and actually get to know these people. Now, one of the things that a man really needs to pay attention to, if you just met this woman and she automatically wants you to start paying for stuff right out the gate, as in her phone bill, her upkeep, all that right up out the gate, that is not your wife. Hey guys, I hope everybody is doing really well. I'm doing really well. I hope everybody is blessed in this lifetime just as much as I am, and I am very blessed. So today I wanted to talk about the 50-50. A lot of people have lots of opinions on this, and I wanted to give you my opinion because I have said this before. I don't do 50-50. And I'm going to tell you what I don't do 50-50 on, because automatically people think it's just finances and things like that. But let's be real here. So we better get into it. So let's be real here. Everything in a relationship is 50-50 in the sense of showing up for one another, supporting one another, being there in tough times for one another, okay? But I feel like when men hear women say that, they automatically think that women are after their money. And that's just not the case. And I feel like men need to understand that women don't mean that in the sense of, you do everything for me and I give you nothing but PUSSY. A lot of women are explaining it in that sense, and they're not explaining it well. And I will say that I wouldn't pay attention to these women on the podcasts. You know what type of woman you don't listen to on the podcasts when they talk about this. Not all podcasters, but you know what type of women. Use your discernment when they talk about the 50-50. Because a woman who is self-sufficient, independent, and in love with herself, values her body, they're not going to talk to you as if they're not going to speak on it in the sense of they're a prostitute. Because the way that I hear women explaining it these days is in the sense of a prostitute. And that's just not right. And I feel like it gives us women a bad look when we say we don't do 50-50. Now, again, 50-50 is showing up for one another, supporting one another, loyalty, faithful, showing up for their children is 50-50. You know what I mean? It's not all just on a woman. You know what I mean? When it comes to that sense. Now, I am a woman of God. That's how I see myself. And God tells me my man is a provider, is a giver. I am a gift to him, okay? So you are responsible for me. And I feel like men have forgot that. You know what I mean? These women are a gift to you. I know it's hard to see that because nowadays these women don't value their bodies. Nowadays these women use their body to get what they want instead of using their mental state, instead of using their heart, instead of using their feminine power that they exude. You know what I mean? Men have masculine power too, you know? I'm just saying that women are not valuing themselves these days. And I can understand why men say, I'm not doing that, I'm not taking care of her, da 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 da, because they present themselves as prostitutes sometimes. But like I said, I am a woman of God, okay? You're going to treat me as such. I am a gift to you. You know what I mean? I'm going to do my part as your woman. The woman that God described in that Bible, in that book, is me. I understand we do not live in the times that our parents lived in. I understand we do not live in the times that God had wrote these rules and wrote these books. But the principles and the characteristics, they should always be within a man, and they should always be within a woman. And I will say this, you know, I'm not afraid to say it. If my man tells me that he is not gonna take care of me financially, I can respect you. I cannot treat you as the man that you deserve to be. I can't. Think about that. It makes sense. I cannot treat you in a way that you deserve either. I cannot respect you, period. Because if I have to go to work to cover me, to cover my bills, if I have to go to work to cover my child, if I have to go to work because I can't depend on you, how can I respect you? You're working the same 40 hours, 50 hours, whatever the case may be that I am. And you want me to treat you like a king? I'm saying that women shouldn't work, because regardless, if my husband provides everything for me, I'm still going to work. Maybe not full time, but part time I am. Because why? If my man needs me, he gets hurt or something, I'm going to be there. Okay? You know what I mean? So I feel like men just automatically think like, oh, she ain't gonna have me if I fall or on hard times, or, you know what I mean? No, baby, I got you. If you're my husband, I'm supposed to support you. I'm supposed to be there for you when you fall. That is the point of having a partner. You know what I mean? You are there together. And people need to think of it deeper than what it need to think of relationships deeper than anything, because it is deep. You're sharing your body with people. You are exchanging energy. Exchanging energy. You are literally becoming one. And when you can't become one, you become individuals. Two individuals instead of one individual. And that's not what marriage is. You're supposed to be just one. You know what I mean? Let me fix my, I always gotta fix this camera. I don't know why it always does that. But I know I probably said a handful, but just think about what I said. Rewind it, whatever the case whatever the case may be, rewind it, whatever. And I know I spoke on it before, I have ADHD, but I always come back around and put it together. Just hold on and let me make my points. Like I said, you men need to learn to use your discernment when you're messing with these women who say they don't do 50-50 and they just want to spend all your money and only want to give you PUSSY because that's all they have to offer. You know what I mean? I feel like you men know what type of women you deal with. If you don't want your woman to go to work or whatever the case may be, cool. Just don't treat her as a burden or treat her as just somebody you have to take care of now, or she needs to do whatever you say because she doesn't work, or blah, blah, blah. No, that woman is your responsibility. That woman is your gift from God. That woman is made from your rib if she's really the woman that you're supposed to be with. Think of it deeper. Stop. And another thing, stop having willy-nilly sex and actually get to know these people. Now, one of the things that a man really needs to pay attention to, if you just met this woman and she automatically wants you to start paying for stuff right out the gate, as in her phone bill, her upkeep, all that right up out the gate, that is not your wife. Use your discernment. Most of the time, the woman that's independent and that's not going to use you because she has more to offer than just her PUSSY, and she has goals, she has self-respect, she has self-respect, she has self-respect, she has respect for other people. Most of the time, they won't even ask you to do anything. Why? Because she is waiting for you to do it on your own. Anyway, everybody needs to just have discernment when it comes to the 50-50, okay? And men, you need to understand your role. If you don't know what that is, please look in the Bible. You know what I mean? As a woman who grew up with her both parents, my mother pays nothing. My father does everything for her. My father treats that woman like a queen. My father treats me like a queen. If I need anything, my father will give it to me. You know what I mean? If I tell my father I'm even having a hard time, I don't have to ask for anything. He's going to give it to me. He's going to do his job as a father. He's going to do his job. Forget the father. He's going to do his job just as a man. You know what I mean? When he married my mama, he knows that he's responsible for her. He knows that he's responsible for me. Now, when I became another man's wife, he's not responsible for me. And whatever he does is off the strength of his love for me and off the strength of him just being a man. You know what I mean? He doesn't look at it as, you owe me. I have to do something for you now. You need to do what I say. Da 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 da. No. He understands his role as a man. I'm telling you, men need to read the Bible. That's why women act the way that they do. Okay? They understand what it says in the book. But I will side with you that some women don't know what it is to be a woman in that book. They don't know what the Proverbs 31 woman is, you know, and they may preach to you what a man is, but they don't know what a woman is. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm basically saying to you is have discernment and understand where these women who don't do 50-50 are coming from. As a woman who doesn't do 50-50, I understand that our love is 50-50. The support is 50-50. The showing up for each other is 50-50. The give and receive is 50-50. I understand that. I'm a woman who has more to offer to you than just my PUSSY. I am a woman who understands that I have more to offer you than just me laying on my back and birthing your children. As someone who doesn't want children, as someone who's probably not going to give you children, I don't offer that. And I'm very upfront with that, about that. And I can go into my reasons later on. I think I've already touched on it in one of my videos, but you know what I mean? But I just feel like people need to be deeper in relationships. I feel like a lot of relationships are surface level. And then these women want you to do everything for them, you know? But that's not how it works. It should be automatic. A woman shouldn't have to tell a man what his role is in her life. And a man shouldn't have to tell a woman what her role is in his life. You should already know. God gave you the clues. And even if you don't believe in God or whatever the case may be, it's just in the examples of life. If you pay attention closely to life, you'll see what your role is in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? So I wrote some things down. Okay. I wanted to talk about the stunt of growth within the man. And there is stunt of growth in women too, but I feel like the mentality of the world and of social media, and even if you just pay attention to the podcasts, for example, I think it was something Daniels versus Yada. Now, I don't agree with everything that Yada says, no, but I do feel that Yada understands his role as a man. Call him a woman beater, whatever the case you want to call him, whatever. Maybe he was that in another life. I mean, in his, younger days and things like that. And I feel like people are always hard on people change. I used to be a narcissist. I used to hit my man. I used to, be a really mean person, a bad person, not a good person. I'm not that person anymore. And I feel like people can't keep holding people in the light of who they used to be. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's one of the reasons why a lot of men don't pay attention to him, because of the things that he has done wrong in his younger years and before he is who he is today. But like I said, I don't agree 100% with everything that Yada says, but I feel like Yada knows what a man is, and he knows what that is because he reads his Bible, he prays, So he prays. Yes, I know he's a Muslim. And yes, I know that he has 2 wives. But I'm not against polygamy. You know, when you watch my videos, I'm not telling you what to do or whatever. I'm just giving you my personal opinions, and everybody has opinions. You don't have to do what I tell you or anything like that. I'm just telling you why I don't do certain things and the lessons that I have learned in life. So going back to that, he knows who he is, you know what I mean, from his religion, and he knows who he is because of who he was. You know, learn from your actions, you know what I mean? Be assertive when you come into these relationships. You know, let them know what it is that you want. You know, let them know that that you will not be used, you know, as a man. You know, you won't be used for your money. You're not a trick, you know what I mean? You are a man of God, and you should act like it. And when these women are saying they don't do 50-50 financial, this, that, and the third, basically what they're saying is that they are not willing to take care of themselves completely, because as women, we can't respect you. Like I said, if I'm going to work doing the same amount of hours that I'm doing as you, how can I look at you as like the higher rank in my home? You know what I mean? I'm doing the same thing that you're doing. You know what I mean? What are you doing that I'm not doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, think of it as that. You know what I mean? And like I said, everything is 50-50 in some things, but I just feel like financially, it should be mostly the man's responsibility. He should be happy to take on that role. You know what I mean? He's supposed to. He's a provider. He's king. And I'm going to treat my man that way. I'm going to treat my husband that way because he is my king. That's my baby. You know what I mean? I'm going to make sure he's taken care of too. You know, use your discernment when you hear women say this, and if that's the type of woman you want to invest in, because a woman is an investment. You know, you're responsible for that woman. That woman came from your rib. You need to think of it deeper. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't do 50-50. I feel like it's not godly. I feel like it's a sin. You know what I mean? That's not what my God said in the Bible, and I'm not going to do it. I'm not willing to take care of you. If you're fully capable, I'm not taking care of you. That's not my job as a woman. That's not my role as a godly woman, you know? God comes first. God comes before my husband, so that's what it is. That's why I don't do 50-50. And stay away from men who automatically be like, I'm not taking care of no woman. My woman better go to work. My woman better. No. He doesn't know his role as a man. He doesn't know his role as God's son. Stay away from that man. And stay away from that woman who thinks that you're supposed to just give her money, do this, that, and the third, and all she has to do is give you PUSSY. Make sure she stimulates your mind. Make sure that when you're having a bad day, that's your comfort spot. That's your safe spot. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of women do settle just because a man has money and will endure so much disrespect just because he has money. That is not your wife. I will go into part 2 later, but I just wanted to give the gist of why I don't do 50-50. It's not godly, like I said. That's not what God wants from me. So let's see what Jesus got to say. I hope this video was helpful to you. I'm not bashing anybody. I'm not telling you what you should or should not do. I'm just giving my opinion, and I'm speaking from me, you know, what's in my heart. And I just want to share, you know, how I think, because I just want to, that I can. All right. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. And that's why God is king to me. That's why he's number one. That's why he is first before my husband. Okay, guys. Peace, love, and abundance. See you later. Bye.